How's it going, everybody? AZPlow21 back again with another fight card for you guys, and this time it is for a world title ESPN Plus Fight Night Figueiredo versus Benavidez 2 for the flyweight championship of the world. Now, before we get into that, a little bit of breaking news. Anthony Pettis has tested positive for TRT, so that means that his fight against Paul Felder, which he won, is now a no contest. Anthony Showtime Pettis is now suspended for a whole year. So we're not going to see any Anthony Pettis for a whole year. That really sucks. So we're going to go ahead and make Anthony Pettis inactive. We're going to give him no weight class. Paul Felder is back. Hannah Goldie's going to get signed by Invicta. That's fine. We don't really need her. Everyone else has re-signed. We signed that Ismailov guy. We signed that Greek heavyweight prospect. We've signed this guy, and we signed Max Nunes. Awesome. So now let's go ahead and take care of Anthony Pettis. This guy just lost, literally today. Anthony, what are you doing? Terrible. Unassigned. Alright. You did that to yourself, Anthony. Alright, once again taking a look at the main card. Not the best main card, if I'm being 100% honest. Highlighted by the title fight. You can take a look at the prelims right there. As we are all ready to go. No emails to really look at. We can go ahead and update the rankings and look at everything when we get back. Of course, our next fight night is not necessarily a fight night. It's going to be our pay-per-view. Where is it at? Where are you at? Our pay-per-view. UFC 251 Miocic versus Cormier 3. And what a fight card we have in store for it. Miocic versus Cormier, of course. Colby Covington versus GSP. Robert Whittaker versus Jared Cannonier. Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith. And Nick Diaz versus Yoel Romero. And then take a look at the prelims for that one as well. And it's stacked. Gregor Gillespie, Easy Diaz, Kron Gracie, Brian Kelleher, Andre Arison. A lot to look forward to on that fight card. But let's go ahead and get it started. Let's make sure all the broadcasters are set up. Yes. Let's make sure our broadcast team is set up. And it wasn't. Let's go ahead and get that set up. All right. Brennan Fitzgerald. Michael Bisping. And Dan Hardy. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, let me know down in the comments what you guys' predictions are for the main event, Deiveson Figueiredo or Joseph Benavidez. Of course, Figueiredo missed weight last time, and he got the knockout win, but Benavidez deserves another shot at the title. So, let's get things going. Carlos Boy Felipe taking on Adam Kung Fu Panda Jika. 8-0 Carlos is, 7-1-1 is Adam Jika. And Adam wins via knockout in round number 2. And he says that he's very happy to cap his UFC debut off with a win. Chiara Beastie Barbie Penko taking on Tina Latamaki. 4-1 versus 5-1. 24 years old, and she certainly is a Barbie. As she actually wins. Chiara Penko beats Tina Latamaki in 2 minutes and 25 seconds in round number 1 with no fight team also. And she's very happy to win her UFC debut. It's undeniable that the camera loves her, so while her interview may not have been the best, it was still able to get a reaction. Awesome. Up next, we have Sean Brady taking on Keenan the Assassin Song. Sean Brady undefeated at 12-0, taking on 16-5 Keenan Song. I'm going to go for Sean Brady to stay undefeated despite being 3 inches shorter. And he does via TKO in round 2, a fantastic fight. Love to see that, and he praises Keenan Song for his toughness. Up next, Soo Chul Kim taking on Javid Besharat. Undefeated at 5-0 only, against 16-5-1, a lot more experience, but let's see what happens. And Soo Chul Kim, gives Besharat his first loss of his career via TKO in round number 1. And he wants to fight Michael McDonald next. So he sees that McDonald's coming back and he wants at him. Up next, Kama Worthy is taking on Peter Barrett. 15-6, taking on 11-3. Kama Worthy, the underdog in this one. Muay Thai versus freestyle wrestling, as Peter Barrett comes out with the win via split decision in what was a poor fight. And he would like to fight Jared Flash Gordon next. Up next, it's Kyle Dawkins at 9-0 undefeated, taking on Marcus Perez, 11-3, who's heavily favored in the middleweight division, and he wins via unanimous decision. Kyle Dawkins' undefeated streak is over at 9-0. So Marcus Perez getting a big win there, and praises Dawkins for his toughness. All right, last of the prelim fights, it's Zalgas Zumagulov taking on Kai Don't Blink Kara France. At the flyweight division, 13-3, taking on 21-8-1. Kai Kara France is a good prospect to look out for in the flyweight division, 1 inch taller, and he loses via split decision to Zumagulov. And he's happy to win his UFC debut. First main card fight, former flyweight champion Nico Montano, now in the bantamweight division at 4-3, taking on Lena Elbow Queen Landsberg, heavily favored. Nico's getting cut if she loses, and she's getting cut. Submission due to Kimura, 331 in round number 3. And she's happy to have defeated a former champion. Next up is Eddie Wineland taking on Casey Kenny. Kenny, an underdog in this one, 14-2-1, taking on 24-13-1 in Eddie Wineland. I still think Casey Kenny might win this one, and he loses via TKO in round number 1. Eddie Wineland showing up, and he would like to face Alejandro Perez in his next fight. And remember, Eddie Wineland doesn't have very many fights left, so I'm sure he's picking his spots wisely. Next, we have Brendan Schaub, fresh off the Joe Rogan show, making his return to the UFC, taking on Alir Latifi. And he's taller than him by 8 inches. And he can't use it to his advantage as he loses. Alir Latifi getting the win via unanimous decision. I'm sure that Brendan Schaub's going to have a lot to say about that on the Joe Rogan show and his own podcast. Up next, it's OSP, Ovin St. Preux, taking on Misha Serkinov. OSP is the underdog in this one, no fight team. Serkinov streaming out of Extreme Couture Toronto, 15-5. And Serkinov gets the win via rear naked choke in round number 1. It was apparently a great fight. And he's very happy he was able to get the submission victory. Up next, the co-main events, Johnny Hendricks taking on Tim Botch. Johnny Hendricks, the underdog, former champion. And minus 220. The favorite is Tim Botch. And Johnny Hendricks wins via unanimous decision. Able to get it done there. 19-8 now, the record for Johnny Hendricks. And upping his popularity a little bit, as we have now come to the main event of the evening for the UFC Flyweight Championship of the World. Davison Daiko Figueiredo taking on Joseph Benavidez. Of course, knocking out Benavidez in the last time out. Went over Tim Elliott. Benavidez, as you can see there, holding a 3-fight win streak over this before he lost to Figueiredo. Also holding a win over Henry Cejudo. So let's go ahead and get this started. A flyweight championship fight on ESPN Plus. Let's have it. And both guys made weight, so the championship is on the line. Nova União, the gym for Figueiredo. Team Alpha Male, big strike. Couldn't see who it was in favor of. Might have been Joseph Benavidez, not 100% sure, but the way this is going, it doesn't look like it's going to exit round number maybe 3. I don't think there's going to be a decision here. Very unfortunate, though. Round 1 expires, 10-9 to Benavidez. But, I mean, it sucks that Figueiredo missed weight. Had Figueiredo made weight and was able to win the championship, he'd be the flyweight champion now. I mean, he knocked out Benavidez. Right hand with a good left hand. Benavidez hits a right. Figueiredo misses a jab, glances with a low left kick. Benavidez tries to get into a Muay Thai clinch, but he can't get it done. Knee to the ribs. So it looks like Benavidez is definitely winning the fight. He won the first 2 rounds, it looks like. Figueiredo has some red marks by his ribs. His body must be really letting him down. Benavidez might be winning the title here if he can get a stoppage here. Benavidez counters with a great left hook. Kick to the leg. Halfway through the 3rd round now. Benavidez getting a little bit tired now here in the 3rd round. Come together and strike. Low kick. Figueiredo's getting badly outstruck, it seems. Powerful kick to the side of the ribs. TKO. Oh my goodness. Joseph Benavidez has defeated Deiveson Figueiredo for the flyweight championship via a body kick knockout. He was beating up on the body the whole fight, and finally in round number 3 just couldn't take it. So your new flyweight champion of the world is Joseph Benavidez. Holding the UFC flyweight title aloft, he celebrates being the new champion and warns that he is intending to have a very long reign. All right. So commercial rating not great at 63, critical rating 71, less than 1,000 people in attendance in Pennsylvania. Popularity unchanged. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we want to do here. So the fight of the night is going to go to Brady and Song. First round, anything? Yeah, so we're going to give one to Misha Serkinov. Oh, not fight of the night. Hold on. Performance bonus. Fight of the night is Sean Brady. And then, yeah, let's give it to Chiara Penko. All right. We lost $500,000 on that show. Joseph Benavidez made a lot of money. So did Serkinov and OSP. All right. So your new flyweight champion of the world is Joseph Benavidez. We're going to update our rankings, and we'll see what we're going to do with the flyweight division next, because Benavidez won. I mean, Figueiredo has a claim because he beat him last time, but he missed weight. So I think we're just about done with Figueiredo as far as flyweight contention for now. He'd probably have to win a couple more fights to, you know, gain another shot at the title. Because I think we also have, what is it? Pantoja, right? Pantoja versus Da Silva that has to happen. And I think that's the number 1 contenders fight that's supposed to happen soon. Let's also check to see if we can put all the fighters in fights that they're supposed to be fighting. I said fight a lot just now. Processing all the teams. Everyone trying to switch gyms and betray each other. Trying to get better at what they're doing. So this Mino Hexy girl turned professional in May 2020. Her background is in kickboxing, although she apparently never competed at anything approaching a high level, which means she sucks, apparently. She's not very good. The more and more that I go on like this, as far as you know, advancing, I'm starting to think about Invicta more and more and more, whether or not I want to get things going with Invicta. Hiring all the regen women fighters, just so that way Invicta's, filled, and that they can actually run more cards. So that way the women's divisions get fuller quicker, especially when it comes to featherweight talent, because I need featherweight talent. If I were to do like the Ultimate Fighter, I would probably do it in the featherweight division. I mean, but there's hardly any featherweight fighters to begin with, so. Uh oh. Oh, thank God. I saw that and I was like, oh no, is that me? But they're disappointed with PFL, not me. All right, so Benavidez wins title. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stories. Alir Latifi. Okay, so we have to re-sign some people. Ooh, Natan Schulte is available. That's interesting, because he does look pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at Schulte here. Let's see. No. 10-3. Let's see. What are you looking like? You won your last fight. You're in the bantamweight division. 2-fight winning streak. Ikwan Zhang. No, not right now. Not right now. Win a couple more fights, homie. 8-1, 2-0 in Pancrase. Alan Baudot, light heavyweight. You're their champion. Let's do it. Can you sign with me? Yes, let's go ahead and do it. Alan Baudot. Ooh, what about this guy? Magomed Karamov. Love that name. Welterweight division. Coming off a loss. No thank you. Nikolai Alexakin. 3-0 in PFL. I like it. Let's get him in. Be better to stick with what I already have. What about a little bit more Mune? No? What about even more Mune? Alright, let's do it. Let's see, anybody else? Nope. Okay, guess not. Alright, so Alir Latifi. Ooh, Rede Globo did not like. They demand more star power on the next show. You got it. Your broadcasting contract with OSN Sports 2 has expired. There are no more shows left on it. Okay. So, Carlos Felipe contract renewal. 0-1. I mean, it's only one loss, so give him at least one more fight. You just sweeten the deal. Fine, 2 more fights. But you can be cut after suffering a loss. What? Fine. 1,200, but you can get cut after a loss. Right. Kama Worthy coming off a loss. But we're going to just go ahead and re-sign him. At least 2 more fights. Lena Landsberg. She's coming off a win over in Montano, but we have to release Montano. Right. Alright, get Landsberg back in here. And then Alir Latifi coming off the win over Brandon Schaub. Now low-level national in USA. Like to see that. Get Alir Latifi back in here. Let's go ahead and see if we want to cut anybody else after losing on that last show. No, not Basharat. We'll give him another run. So Nico Montano, you can get gone. Ooh, Tim Botch. Let's update the rankings and see where he's at. Because he's kind of, yeah, he's on a lot of pay, so I think we're going to probably release him. And then Tina Latamaki, we're going to go ahead and release her as well. And then Tim Botch, let's go ahead and take a look at the rankings. So light heavyweight Serkinov moves up to number 9 after beating OSP. That's interesting. Shogun goes down, Span goes down, OSP down to number 15. Middleweight, okay, so yeah, he did drop out of the rankings. Nothing at welterweight. Lightweight, Jakar Close is in there, and then obviously Anthony Pettis is gone. Nothing at featherweight. Bantamweight, Eddie Wineland goes up. Casey Kenny down to number 25. At flyweight, of course, we have Joseph Benavidez as champion, Pantoja and Da Silva, followed by Figueiredo. Zumagulov moves up to 6. Kai Kara France down to number 10. But it does look like Pantoja and Hussier Da Silva is going to be the fight to make for to decide our flyweight contender. How long is Benavidez out for? 41 days, but he is going to have to wait for the winner of this fight. All right, so Lena Landsberg up to number 5 in the bantamweight division after beating Montano. Macy Chiasson down to number 11. All right, and then nothing going in the other ones. But we are going to cut Tim Botch because he's making too much money. And we can cut him for free. All right, cool. All right, so that is that. Now, media, because I don't think we have an Asian broadcaster now. Correct, we do not. Let's go figure that out. Oh, these are companies, sir. All right, so approachable, yes. Status, okay, that's fine. Revenue type, advertising in Asia. And it's going to have to be this one, even though it's small. So that sucks, but it is what it is. Alright. So we already took a look at our rankings and everything else. And it looks like we are done here. So the next time that I see you guys, it is going to be for UFC 251, Miocic versus Cormier. Of course, main card. We've gone over it ad nauseum. Miocic versus Cormier, Covington versus GSP, Whitaker versus Cannonier, Reyes versus Smith, Nick Diaz versus Yoel Romero. You can take a look at the prelims there as well. A pretty stacked card, if I do say so myself. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Glad you guys can join me for this video. AZPlow21 is the channel name. Be sure to like the video and subscribe, and be sure to click on the bell so you guys get notifications whenever my videos are uploaded. I will see you guys in the next episode. UFC 251 on its way.